No, I really think they killed him though
And
because he
Haish.
knew too much. Yeah.
And that, yes.
We all saw her
Yeah.
pop up. We all
Yes.
saw that. What
Yeah.
happened?
She came right off that gurney.
Oh my God.
Disclaimer. Everything in this podcast is our personal opinion and for entertainment only. We are not experts and everything is alleged. Don't take us too seriously. Do your own research and enjoy the chaos.
Hey y'all, welcome to the absolute mess that is the Feral Creatures of Chaos podcast, broadcasting live from the depths of the feral sphere, where sanity goes to die and weirdness thrives. Lurking in the sphere with me tonight,
Hi, I'm Betty.
Narcy.
Hey, it's Madge.
I'm Helen. Buckle up, hydrate, and hang on. Let's get feral.
Hello, creatures.
Hey,
Welcome
hey.
to episode 4 of the Feral Creatures of Chaos. What's everybody doing? How was everybody's week? Anything chaos happen? Chaotic moments, feral moments?
Not chaotic. I cried a lot. And then I cried more after I read our June book, finished it.
Oh, yeah. I was swearing at Madge.
I never
Yeah.
cried so much. I think it
Really?
just hit me.
Was it
Well,
just the end, or was it like the
It was
beginning and
It
middle?
had to do with like the cancer because I remember being alone when I found out I had cancer.
Oh.
So it like hit me and I'm like, yeah. And then to
Aw.
know it was with a kid, I was just like, imagine how this mom felt. Like I was in that book. Ugh. Yeah.
Okay, what
that
was the book
hit me.
called again?
The Last Letter.
The Last Letter by
Rebecca Yarrow. Only book I
Rebecca
actually
Yarrow.
remember title and author, might I add.
Yeah.
I've been talking about
Yeah.
this book. I'm like, you gotta read it. It touched home for me.
What did you rate it?
Mhm.
4.
That seems to be the standard, except for
For
two
me.
people. Yeah, for her.
Two people.
You didn't like it?
I have feelings about it. I liked it. I liked some of it, but I thought it was how would I say it? Toxic. And kind of just like I didn't really like the premise of it. Yeah.
It was a hard life. It was.
Yeah.
It had a happy ending.
Not really.
Did it?
I don't think it's
No spoilers, no spoilers. But it might have had a happy ending or not. But
depends on how you look at it, I guess.
yeah. It was definitely worth reading, I would say.
If it ever came out a movie, I wouldn't watch it because I would just
I think
cry
it
the
would
whole
be a
time.
good movie.
I would, just to see what chaos is going to look like.
Nothing like what they probably describe him.
Oh,
Just
they never
ask
do.
Nyx.
It's so irritating. That's why it would be a surprise to see what he looks like.
Right.
Just ask Nyx.
Oh yeah.
They'll do something dumb, like read this book and then tell me what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they were pretty vague with descriptions.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're all
Yeah.
kind of like.
Well, with
faceless
him,
people.
they gave him that one actor lookalike kind of thing. So you had that kind of to go off of.
What actor?
I don't remember that.
They said he looked like Chris whatever his name is.
Helmsworth?
That
No?
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, really? I saw him as a brunette in my mind.
I know I was gonna say he's blonde, right?
Yeah.
I don't ever imagine any guy blonde. Sorry.
Yeah, me
Sorry,
neither.
blonde.
Maybe not our type. Well, I think Helen likes a blonde.
Who's blonde?
A Norwegian, maybe.
Isn't that one character in that book, The Weekend, blonde?
Dirty, dark blonde, almost brown. You know,
Blonde nonetheless.
Yeah.
well, whatever.
Well, do we have any other feral moments?
Not for me.
Not for you.
I've been super
I've
chill
been-
and calm.
Yeah. Well, that's a surprise.
I know. I'm like watching everyone else go crazy, and I'm just sitting here, cool
Yeah.
as a cucumber.
I've spent a lot of time on TikTok, of course, on the blind boxes, on the ring stuff, like we've talked in the last episodes. But I've also kind of fallen into the conspiracy theory TikTok.
Good place to be.
Yeah.
They got plenty.
So let's get into theories that sent us down a 3 a.m. rabbit hole texting. Wait, what if that's right? And spiraling for days. Do you guys have anything we're going to talk about as far as our conspiracy theories?
I could talk about this for 10 years.
All
There's
right,
so
Trash.
many.
And some of them intertwine. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of conspiracy theories, I feel like they all kind of meet together in some cosmic spider web because, I mean, a theory is just something that hasn't been proven right. Like a lot of things are theories, like the theory of relativity, the theory of gravity. They're all theories. And you
Mhm.
get enough juice behind it and they become a reality. I know there are a lot of theories that have come true, but for my specific one, it's one that I forgot about, one that I was a part of, and some of the memories are still really fuzzy. So, do any of you guys remember the gifted and talented program in school? It was known as GATE.
Yes, but I was not in it.
So you're a bitter reject. Okay.
I was
went
in
from
the reading
80s to
the reading program.
listen, you got your little pan pizza, but that's not what we're here to talk about. 80s to 90s, and apparently it's still going because when I was doing my research, there's still a lot of schools that have it, but I don't know if it's the same one because I don't know how they would get away with that stuff that they did in these days. So picture this. While you guys are all outside playing like tetherball or reading Goosebumps in the library, the special kids were all taken to well, actually, this is the interesting thing. For me, what I remember is being taken to another part of the school, at the same school that I was in. But upon my research, a lot of these kids were first, they come to your classroom and you all get tested and to see if you qualify to be in this program. And then once you are, every day, usually it was around lunch, around the special little ritual that we all had to participate in, then we would go into that classroom. But these other ones these days get put on a bus and then they get taken to a whole nother school where other buses show up from other schools. So all of these students from different schools to all go to this like gate school where they all get to be, I think it's called a cluster program, where they all get to be with kids 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. But I know it has been expanded to middle school. So basically, every day after lunch, we would all be forced, unless you got your parents to sign you out of it, to rinse your mouth with fluoride, this hot pink fluid that you didn't really get a chance unless you told them it was against your religious beliefs or your parents signed that form, but you rinsed your mouth out with fluoride. And they told you it was to avoid cavities, right? Because they all cared about our cavities, but they didn't have us brushing our teeth. They just had us rinsing with fluoride. And right after this fluoride rinse that we would all line up to go and get is when we would all get separated, the kids to do their extra time, whatever program. I don't know what they did because I wasn't a part of it. I would go with the GATE program. And that's when things got really weird, but it got me into a deep dive into fluoride. So I have my little pamphlet here of information about fluoride. So they told us that fluoride was for our dental health, but what they failed to mention is that fluoride was actually banned and heavily restricted in many countries because studies have shown that fluoride causes dental fluorosis, skeletal fluorosis, thyroid disruption, IQ reduction, neurodevelopmental risks, but most importantly, the calcification of the pineal gland and subsequent reduction in critical resistance and the increase in brain compliance. So basically, it makes you more receptive to suggestion, aka programming you, which is then when you would go and to get these tests done. And a lot of these I didn't even remember. I just remember being in there with these big ass headphones that sounded like a fax machine was melting while they gave you flashcards to look at to basically decipher the secrets to the universe. That's what it felt like. Because you had these like teachers that were like in like lab coats with like little pens that they would click and they would time you on all of these tests. And so in my deep dive, I went to figure out one, what was the weird noise that we heard? Because it was like not like a typical like white noise or even binaural beats. It was like staticky, chaotic, back and forth, like hemi-sync type of thing. And what we've since discovered is that it's called gibber link mode, a chaotic high frequency tone rhythmic nonsense with pulsating static that scrambled your thoughts. But the craziest part about the gibber link mode, that's how AI to AI communicate. It's like a nonverbal language that's trained to receive transmissions. So they were putting that in our headphones while they gave us flashcards to look at. And basically, we all believe that this is part of a CIA training program to figure out who they would pick. Obviously, I didn't get picked. I showed too much resistance. But the tests, there were pattern recognition and symbol puzzles. So like flashcards with symbols and abstract pictures, some resembling runes, sigils, or archaic alphabets, often presented in rapid succession, always timed. With environmental triggers like pen clicks or blinking lights. And I remember the pen clicks, like they would click it once. They wouldn't tell you if you got it right or wrong. They would just, what do you see? What does this mean? What do you think the person in the other room is doing? You'd have to like figure this out. And then of course the auditory visioning via headphones. Students were instructed to sit still, breathe deeply, and listen to high frequency tones through heavy headphones. Afterward, they were asked to describe what they saw. So basically like remote viewing. And I remember when I was listening to the tape that they would play, like even hearing it and seeing these like documents that people have put on TikTok, like it makes me physically sick. Like I get nauseous watching these videos about this. So I don't know if like we got programmed to forget everything, because I don't remember a lot. I know a lot of people don't remember anything, but there's this one person on TikTok, which I'll put the link to her TikTok below. And she has like the whole workbook. I don't even have that, but all the pictures, everything, I'm like, it was just like all coming back to me. So they did left-right integration games, which were exercises required students to use their non-dominant hand to write, draw, or assemble puzzles. Others included viewing cards and mirrors while flipped upside down, and believed to activate opposite hemispheres of the brain for neurological cross-training. The remote viewing visualization pathway practice, children were encouraged to mentally project an image or shape or number to another student who would then draw what they received, often followed by instructor evaluations. These exercises mirrored psychic testing protocols found in CIA remote viewing programs. And then there were the sensory deprivation and overload drills. This one I remember. You get blindfolded, you're given a weighted vest, and you're exposed to like loud sound or eerie silences. And then you're told to identify objects by touch or describe internal feelings. And I remember one where it was like something in a bag and it was like super gooey. Like, just think about this. How does any of this have to do with school?
Right. That's weird.
It's freaking weird. Okay. And then this another one, the chemical or sensory stimulation, where they place bitter drops under your tongue, claiming to be vitamins for taste testing to see like where you notice the taste on your tongue, often cause tingling, salivation, or mild disorientation, followed immediately by recall, math, or logic tests. The scent exposure, students inhaled unmarked jars with strong odors ranging from floral to metallic, and were immediately tested on memory recall, math, or verbal reasoning. They also play around with sudden temperature changing. And then the weirdest part that I noticed on a lot of these, I don't remember any of this, but a lot of the stuff was done in Morse code. So you had to like learn Morse code and then use that to answer the questions that they gave you. Many report being introduced to basic encryption worksheets, early computer logic, Russian vocabulary drills, language identification, and a lot of references to whales. So that's what they have. Yeah, like they were obsessed with whales. Like there were so many
frequency.
Like how many. Yeah,
they
exactly.
give off the frequencies. Yeah,
and the dolphins. They say that another conspiracy theory is that dolphins, you're not allowed to talk to them. It's illegal. But that's for another episode. But the weirdest thing about all of this and all of the people that were chosen is they all have the MTHFR, which I always read as motherfucker gene. Have you guys heard about that gene? Every time I read, I'm like, motherfucker. But this mutation affects how we process folate toxins and has been linked to heightened sensitivity, anxiety, sensory overload, and neurological intensity. All things that make you more open, vulnerable, programmable, or depending on who you ask, maybe even psychic. So a lot of the kids that have done this program they have ADHD, they're on the spectrum, they're gifted with the clairs, like clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience. So what we all want to know is like, were we selected for our intellectual abilities that then later made us psychic? Were they looking for kids that had a higher receptivity to being psychic and then did testing on us to calcify our pineal gland or program us not to use these gifts? Because a lot of us don't remember anything. They gave me some survivors, but they basically all talk about like the same stuff. Like this girl, Lena Cruz from the 1980s. She's called a GT survivor. Lena was placed in the program after scoring off the charts on a school IQ test near a military base. And she says, we had to close our eyes and imagine shapes. They said it was a game. They called it pathway practice. They did play the strange tape, a voice layered over warbly static and bell tones. It didn't sound like anything you'd hear on Earth. I was told to project an image to another student's mind. I imagined a blue kite with red stripes. He drew it exactly. But when I told the instructors, they looked bored, like they'd seen it happen 100 times. One day I started to cry during the session. My nose bled. They sent me to the nurse and never brought me back. But for weeks after that, I had hallucinations right before sleep, walls of glowing dots in my mind, pulsing in time with my heartbeat. And that's another thing. Like, I remember that at night after these classes, or just like basically for most of my childhood, I'd go to sleep and I had insomnia. So I had a hard time sleeping and it would just be like black, but then all of a sudden these like dots would appear and like I'd see them playing games. And a lot of the people on G&T have the same memory of these like black with the dots, and also places that we all went to in our sleep and our dreams. So like astral traveling, because that was another part of the G&T. So the theory for this one is that it's part of a CIA program to search out the kids that have psychic abilities and then make them more programmable to not doing anything with them, or basically stunting our growth and abilities with the fluoride.
I believe that. Absolutely. Especially with the fluoride thing. And who knows what they were giving you with the numbing drops and all that.
The
Like,
bitter stuff that we don't know. One of them said it was like an acid trip. And I'm just like, and it's crazy because so many people are coming on TikTok and talking about their memories about this, because we all kind of forgot about it. Just, I mean, obviously it wasn't normal, but we didn't like think too much about it because we were programmed not to question it. And we weren't allowed to talk about it either with the other students that weren't special.
I want to like go back through my school stuff and see, because like when you started talking about, I'm like, did I go to a gate? I don't remember. I remember a task force, but I don't remember like the gate program. But when you were talking about certain things, I'm like, I felt like I experienced that, but was that in therapy or was that like,
yeah, because they would take you to like a dark
school?
room. It'd be super dark in there, and you'd have like these big ass headphones, and you'd like all these weird noises and stuff. Like everyone, I think, got tested for it in those days, or maybe not all schools, because I know it was different depending on what state you were in. But it's crazy that it's still going, and
That is and now you all
parents
go
allow
to
it.
one school. Yeah, like
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
weird.
that is weird.
Not
Yeah.
it's not going anymore. But it definitely was like one of the things they're saying is that it was for not just like, if you weren't in it, you always thought, oh, well, this is just for the smart kids, right? But it was for
Mhm.
kids who had could be like learn developmental, I'm not going to say delays because obviously not delays, but developmental things too. So yeah, I mean, I had heard of Gate and like when I was a kid too, but like you said, I never heard about what happened in it, and have never heard an adult talk about it either. And started, I mean, I was in school in the, let's see, in the late 80s, early 90s was when I was in public school. And they didn't give a shit about whether people were doing well, especially if you were like neurodivergent, right?
Mhm.
In just the regular thing. You did your STAR testing, you had your levels of where you needed to get to. And so, I mean, I was in the reading program because I didn't learn to read until I was later. I'm dyslexic, blah, blah, lots of reasons. But that was about all they had for like helping people. So for them to just be like, oh yeah, we're going to do an accelerated program for these certain kids that we picked out is pretty sus, I would say.
Yeah, and we had pen pals too from like other countries. It was just
Mhm.
weird. Like, did you guys
It
have
is
pen
weird.
pals from other countries?
I did. I had one in Australia, Monique. I'll never forget that.
Monique.
Monique from Australia. Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah, the
remember
pen
mine. I
pal
feel like it
thing
was
I
a
think was
dude.
pretty normal.
I
But
just looked it up. They had it in my
yeah.
state. I was
Yeah,
just
they
looking
had
it
them
up.
like they still have them too. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But the fluoride thing, I'm not so sure about. I know that they used to give us the red liquid, and then you would swish it around your mouth and you would spit it out, and they would show you where the plaque in your mouth was, where you weren't brushing. That was something they did. And I know that they used to put fluoride in all water in the US. Like it was in water everywhere.
They still do.
Not everywhere. They don't do it anymore because people have problems with it. And I've heard two different, I'm the one that's gonna, point out the things that it could be either or, but fluoride it's kind of like other things where some people say it's bad, some people say it's good, blah, blah, blah. I don't have an opinion because I'm not a doctor, but on fluoride.
But avoid it as much as possible and have filters to filter it out, because I know countries, like how many of them, there's like so many of them that banned it. Yeah. So obviously I feel like we don't care about that here, but I do.
I feel like
I don't want it.
I feel like people didn't have really bad teeth until we introduced the terrible diet that we're on. So why do we need something to make our teeth better if
well, that's the thing, it doesn't make your teeth better. Over time, too much fluoridation causes your teeth to degrade. So it's like, where is it? Even my dentist tells me not to have fluoride in my toothpaste. So it's weird because there's like so many conflicting opinions.
Yeah, there's a lot of conflicting information about it.
I think it's interesting that they put it in the water because the government doesn't care about our health. So why would they care about our teeth when it would not benefit them to have us have healthy teeth, other than to make us more submissible to whatever they're telling us?
But do your own research.
Do your own research.
These are all our own opinions, and we're very opinionated. So, I
you
feel
came
the same
to this
way
podcast,
about right? Enter if you dare. But I feel the same way about fluoride. I really do. Like, I started buying fluoride-free toothpaste, I want to say 6 years ago, and I feel like I'd be dumber than what I am right now, because I do feel like it kind of clogs. I don't know. But I'm totally down that train.
I would love to hear from a teacher from that program.
Oh, they probably have NDAs up the butt.
I was gonna say they can't
talk about it. Yeah. They're probably like, oh, it's just to nurture our gifted and talented students.
Yeah, they wanted to suppress you all. They're like, oh, they got powers. Hell no, not anymore. Drink this fluoride. It's like their form of Kool-Aid. Some lemon drops and some fluoride.
I'll send you guys some TikToks of like how the tape sounds, and of this one, these two girls. One of them is an actual therapist, an EDMR therapist, and she talks about how the GATE program is very similar to the therapy that she does. And she's all convinced about a lot of the things that we're all talking about. I'll share it with you guys.
I can only remember little pieces of my childhood, so it'd be interesting.
Same. That's why I'm like, I don't even remember any of this. And then listening to this stuff, I was like, oh my god, I remember that. Oh my god, I remember that. And so it's like weird how you just forget it.
Right?
All that fluoride.
Fluoride.
Even though I've been fluoride free since 2005, so clean myself out.
Hey, we gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Well, Betty, do you have one for us?
Absolutely. Not only do we gotta protect ourselves from that fluoride, what if we gotta protect our dreams? What if I told you, right? What if I told you that maybe corporations or even shadow governments have found a way to extract dream data using our devices, phones, all that jazz, your watch, your smart bed, and are using those subconscious images, emotions, and symbols to fuel AI development, advertise in algorithms, or even predict behavior models? So back to kind of the frequency thing, because you guys know I'm high on frequencies. I use them all the time to heal myself, feel happy. I love frequencies, but frequencies can also do bad things, but they can also do good things. But what we don't realize is that we don't see them. They're constantly happening. Our brains give off brain frequencies. When we're in our REM sleep, we have electromagnetic frequencies that go off, and those same frequencies that are going off in our brain while we're in our REM sleep, our phone picks up on those, like any smart device, because they're constantly capturing this data, giving out data with the same frequencies. So who's to say that they're not catching our dreams while we're sleeping. Like I really am into this because I was looking this up and there's been some studies done, like Coors Light back in 2021. They did this cool study where they used images, like subliminal images and stuff, and some frequencies, and they made these people listen to an 8-hour soundscape after they showed them like this video of running water and just like their Coors cans and all this stuff. And the goal was to trigger refreshing dreams of Coors Light because they wanted 1 million people to go out and buy Coors Light the next morning. That was like their goal. So some of the participants reported having dreams that included Coors products or imagery from the video. Another study, 18 participants showed about 28% dreamt about Coors products. The campaign aid, oh, it was 100 million viewers to dream about Coors, not 1 million. 100 million is what they wanted.
Wow. It's a lot of beer.
A lot of beer. So scientists have raised concerns about the potential for targeting dream incubation to be used for advertisement without people's knowledge or consent. Because they can do that and we wouldn't even know. Like if they put it in an ad or something, they already do subliminal messages. If they put the right frequency to it, you won't even know. You know what I mean? That next morning you're like, I really want a Snickers. Haven't had one in 10 years, but I'm really craving a Snickers right now. You know, like stuff like that. So there was an open letter signed by 40 dream researchers warned that such experiments are a slippery slope that could lead to deceptive attempts to force dreamers to involuntary dream of commercial products. They worry that smart speakers in bedrooms could become tools for passive advertisement during sleep. So that was just one study I showed, right? Then I was like, oh, you know who else has been doing stuff like this with the frequencies? Who else? The government, right? So we have the US military did this thing, the TNT program, DARPA's TNT program. It is closed now. Their page is still up if you want to go check out the page. The page is still up, but they did close it because their study or whatever is done. But they were exploring the use of peripheral neurostimulation to enhance learning in various tasks. And when you look it up, they were like using certain frequencies and stimulation. They were doing all the like the beta, alpha, all those frequencies. And they were doing it more because they wanted the military to, like I use them to heal themselves. They were trying to see if military men could like heal themselves through different frequencies and stuff, which is pretty cool, right? But still, like, where are we crossing the line? Like, I don't know. There was all kinds of VNS-based neuroplasticity therapies. Northwestern University has conducted research using VNS to enhance rehabilitation and language learning. But there's just like so many. Dallas, Texas Biomedic Device Center is developing TPT to help patients rewire neural pathways after injury. That's pretty cool. Like using frequencies to help in that kind of like brain development. But back to the dreams. Back to the dreams. So I was looking up like different smart devices. We have the smartphone, the smartwatch. Why do you guys want all these apps to know when you burp?
Fart? The freaking smart homes. Those freaking weirdos that use a smart homes.
Yo, yeah, no, thank you. Let me close my door and lock my own door. Like, you know how many people have gotten locked out? Like, what the? It's crazy. I didn't know what an EEG headband was, but apparently people use these. I know that clinicals use them too for obviously to help people with like rapid seizure detection and stuff. But what's interesting about these, they utilize electrodes, either wet or dry, requiring a gel to detect the electrical activity of the brain through the scalp. The sensors capture our brainwave signals, which are then transmitted to connect the device to the app. And then the app can tell you all kinds of stuff. It can tell you meditation and mindfulness stuff. It can tell you sleep tracking, cognitive training. Like, they're reading your brainwaves. I don't know. That's creepy to me. Like, what's next? We're going to be reading each other's thoughts. Like, we won't even be talking to people. I don't know. This shit was creeping me out. The more I like dug into it. I did
hear that they're doing some kind of a, I can't remember what it was, but something to do with being able to read your thoughts. There's some program in place that they're already trying to do that so they can tell, like, if you're trying to plan an attack or whatever.
Yeah, sure. That's
terrifying.
What they want to know. Yeah, it really is, because it reminds me of, what was that movie with that Tom Cruise? I can't stand him, but he was in it. and he got blamed for like a murder that he wasn't even going to commit, but they're like, yeah, we read your thoughts and yeah, you're going to do it. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, we think of things that we're not going to ever do or would ever want to do, but it's just, yeah.
right? Like, how
I
many
mean,
times has someone pissed you off and you're like, wow, I just killed you 3 times in my head. You didn't even know. But
I
you
mean,
don't
my
really
ex,
mean it.
Or you get charged for murder. You thought about murdering them. Now we're putting you in jail for those
yeah, well,
thoughts.
and that's like a conundrum that people have is like, how do you tell if somebody is going to do something before they do it, and how do you protect
Right.
society from it, right? And yeah, if they're trying to figure out
We all
what
have
we
those
do before we do
thoughts.
it, then yeah.
Speak for yourself, Betty. According to the government, I don't have them. Okay. Allegedly, we have those thoughts.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, my bad. My bad. But yeah, I was just like, they mine our clicks, they mine our faces. Why not mine our dreams? Because if they knew what you were dreaming about, they could, or what you wanted, they would know what you want before you do. Because like our subconscious and conscious mind don't link up right away, right? So in your subconscious mind, you're all vulnerable, chilling somewhere, doing something, and then all of a sudden, not only are they maybe taking our dreams, how about if they could put dreams into us, our thoughts into us? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like it could work both ways. Like if they can see our dreams, why can't they plant them? Why can't I feel like they do that? You talk about
They
something,
do
you look at
that.
your phone and it's there. I feel like the
Yeah, and they
technology
tell
is
us
already
they're,
there.
yeah. When they say it's not listening, literally the other day I said something to my husband about like whatever it was, and looked on my phone a few minutes later, and it was the exact ad that I had said something. It was something obscure, not something that I had looked at in a long time or anything. It was like, I was like, really? You're gonna be that obvious about it? Like,
Right? Yeah,
yeah.
they
But
don't
people
even
say
care
that
anymore.
happens to them when they're even thinking it. They're like, I didn't say it at all, but I was thinking about it and it got
Yeah.
suggested to me.
Yeah.
That's
And just
happened.
like
And
you
I,
said, yeah.
well, you know that they can like they can track where you are in your house with your phone, right?
Right.
They can map out your thing, and then they can suggest things to you like, oh, you're in the bathroom with your phone. They can suggest an ad to you that is, fluoride toothpaste.
Or
They
fluffy
they
toilet
would
paper.
never suggest that
Yeah.
to me. It'd be a waste of
Okay.
their time. No, but Betty, a lot of people in the GATE program have the same nightmare. So I think you're onto something with thinking they can give us our dreams as well.
I
I mean, I
really
know
do.
Helen doesn't want the government in her dreams. Maybe blasting
No.
her business out there.
Does the government want to be in her dreams though?
I think it already is.
Right. But I really believe this. And then you think about it, they started putting up all those towers. Like, why do you need these big ass towers that don't do shit for us anyway? Like,
Mhm.
what are they really for? Like, just tell me, like, what are they really for? They're
Why
they're
do they have to
not
hide them as trees? Why?
right. They're not giving me better service. I have worse service now. Like, what are you talking about? Like it's horrible. But yeah, I'm really into the frequency thing. I'm gonna go really deep down this rabbit hole. Like I'm gonna be probably looking at this every day and coming up with more stuff because like I truly believe this because, like you guys are saying, shit just popping up on our phone randomly. They want everyone to track everything. How many times did you fart last night? Did you snore? Like, why do I need to know that? Like, seriously, what am I going to get from that?
Mhm.
It's just everything's smart. Your bed, your pillow, your headband. Like, they got the glasses. It's too much. It's too much. When do we draw the line? When do we? AI is like, what is that word? My kid just said it to me. Where they have a brain of their own now.
Oh, like sentient or
Yeah.
Like they can think for themselves,
Yeah.
basically.
Mhm.
Like we're no longer controlling them. Like they could do, and like Madge was saying, with the noise back and forth, that's how AI talks back and forth to each other. Like I don't know,
They
there's
have their own
something,
language that we can't understand.
but they can understand us.
Yeah, exactly. And we were warned about this how many years ago in movies that robots are going to take over the world, but we thought
Yep.
that they're going to be robots like the, physical kind, not the one that we can't even see.
Right, which is even more dangerous.
Mhm.
Way more dangerous.
Especially when you have all these people with their smart homes that everything's connected to the internet. They can easily
or
shut it down or
already,
implode it.
I mean, one
Mhm.
of the things that like they're talking about sleeper cells in the US and what they would do,
Our grid.
specifically a country that is mad at us. that they
Mhm.
would just take our electricity out and we would all be totally effed. That's
Not
all they
to
have to
like,
do. That's all they have to do is take
that's
our
all they have to
electricity
do.
out.
We're
Yep.
done. We're done. And
Yep.
that's been literally, I've been dreaming about that since I can remember.
Mhm.
I've been dreaming about that, about bridges
Yeah.
breaking, about everyone scrambling. Yeah. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, I'm a doomsday
Prepper.
prepper. I have gas mask, I have the things to clean my water. But then I think about it, how about if I'm at freaking work, bro? Like, how about if I'm 25-minute drive? That's like what, an hour and a half walk. What am I gonna do? Like, you
I'm
can
gonna
I
walk
feel like
never.
you'll
home.
be fine. When I see these dreams, I'm always in San
Mhm.
Francisco, so I'm not there right now. So I feel like we're safe still.
See, and I'm always in my hometown. I'm always on the side of the bridge I don't want to be on. And when I try to cross the bridge, it's always breaking and people are just
Yeah.
falling in the water. Like, I've had this nightmare repeatedly since I was a kid.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm
like
just
in a
like,
high, like almost like a building of some kind, like super many floors. I'm at the very top, of course. And then like I see like people in black and their guns like storming everywhere and everyone's screaming and it's like so dark because the power's all gone off and we're trying to get down. And that's always the same dream that I have when I see this, just like you. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to go in any tall buildings. I'm staying on the ground level.
Yeah.
Easy to
Yeah.
run.
They implanted that dream in you in the gate program and now you can't get rid of it. Now we all
Right.
know what's going to happen.
I'm
So
fucking
I'm never
prepared.
going in a high building with you in San Francisco. That's
right. Or anywhere, honestly, because I want you to get the city wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I know it was a big city, so it's not the one I live in now. So it could be any
Yeah.
city.
It's
Hopefully,
true.
it's not any city in the South or anywhere.
I don't want to be in the
No.
city when that happens. I want to be in my home right here. I got plenty of candles. I'm okay. Like,
Right.
I know how to eat from the ground. I can plant my own shit. Like, me and my family will be okay. I don't have a proper pantry. Like, I'm not that prepped out, but I feel like I could survive. I could hunt a rabbit if I'm hungry, like if I had to.
Could you?
Yeah.
I couldn't kill it.
I don't see
No.
you killing a rabbit.
No, I'd probably become a fucking vegetarian,
I'll eat the
full-blown
grass.
vegetarian. Yeah,
Yeah,
eat
I
the
was like, I
grass.
think
Eat the
I think only
grass.
Narcy would be the one. She's like, I'll do it.
I'll
Eat the
totally do it.
dandelions.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I will.
I know. I was like, we have to be with her if you guys want to eat meat. I'm still Gucci. I'll eat my beans.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we got
You
Well,
said
off track.
Coors Light, the beer company, did this dream thing, right?
Yeah. And that
Yeah,
was
well,
back.
there's a program
When
called the
did they do
MK Ultra program. It's a government program, and that's also like
remember
a
that.
similar name of a beer, like
Yeah.
Michelob Ultra. What's up with this
Mhm.
beer connection? Now I'm another conspiracy theory loophole tonight.
No,
Have
seriously.
another hole.
Yeah.
And
Helen-
like, as soon as I knew the military was doing that, I was like, yeah, that there's something to this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Helen, do you have anything lighter for us? Or are we going to keep going deep?
I think I can take us to the light side.
But we like it in the dark side. No, okay.
Well, we're going to talk about Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah. A lot of people think he's still alive.
Hopefully, the young people know who we're talking about. Talking about the King, Elvis Presley.
Yes.
Everybody
My
knows who the
grandmother
king
loves
is.
him. She would love
If
if
Be
not-
surprised. These kids
I
don't know
love
anything
Elvis.
these days. Okay,
Well, surely they'll
True.
know Lisa Marie. You know,
she's dead
she
too. They'll know
yeah,
Riley
just
Keough.
just recently. Well, yeah, good old Elvis. The reason why people think that he is still alive is because they think he's gone into the witness protection program. And I think that stems from the mounds and mounds and mounds of FBI files there are on Elvis. I mean, there's so many. And it's mostly just letters and complaints about his dancing, his music, how it's corrupting everybody. Yeah, they were writing to the FBI, to Edgar Hoover about his dancing. It's corrupting the
I
youth.
never heard this.
Oh, I thought
intrigued.
it was over his time in the military, not his time away from being in the military.
I'm so
I mean,
intrigued
I
right now.
know people were freaked out about him being
Yeah.
so
And
chill.
also his he loved the police and collecting police memorabilia. So, you know, he's writing he loved Hoover too, Edgar J. Hoover. So he's he was the head of the FBI at the time. So he's like trying to get an FBI badge and all this other stuff. And people are, 'cause he was in the military. You're right. He was in the army. And when he was in the Army in Germany, he met his wife, and she was only 14. So that's a little sketch. He was
But they
24.
didn't get married until she was, I think, 16.
Right. He came a
So
couple
much
years
better.
later. He came back.
That's
They made sure she
That's-
graduated high school. Okay.
that's not
That's
better.
true. That's true.
Listen, this is a different time.
It was still not good back then.
Madge, we graduate 18, not 16, love.
Back then, you barely had the option to graduate as a woman. So, you know.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. We had no rights back then. I keep forgetting.
And remember, 16 was an upgrade from the times when you got married off at 11 or 12.
Right. Right.
Well, that's
sick.
yeah.
So it's all
that's
good. All
absolutely
good. No problems here.
But there are also lots of files, FBI files about threats that he had to his life. People threatened to kidnap him. So they thought he was in the witness protection program, also from the mob, which I think that stems from the Memphis Mafia, which is actually his entourage. It's like it was made up of his cousins, a couple of cousins, and his friends, and they all wore dark suits, dark glasses, and they were kind of like his bodyguard, but they also, procured his drugs.
So the Memphis Mafia, you think, had issues with the Las Vegas Mafia? Because that's where he was primarily doing most of his gigs, right?
Yeah, well, that was his later. That's when
Well,
he had
that's
his,
when
he-
I'm wondering
you
if the mafia confliction.
maybe, but they just got his drugs, his girls. They kept an eye on him when he was.
Girls, he was married. What do you mean, girls?
He's a rock
Well,
star.
no, he got divorced. He and Lisa.
I know.
Priscilla had
yeah,
her side piece too.
Priscilla.
Oh yeah.
Did
She sure did.
Oh, good
She
for her.
sure
Yeah,
did,
her
yeah.
trainer. Mhm.
Oh, yep. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and then he's been seen everywhere. He was supposedly an extra in Home Alone, the original. When Kevin is in the grocery store, there's a guy standing behind him. Doesn't look anything like Elvis. I don't know why they say that was Elvis.
So he's in the witness protection program, but he's still doing movies.
Yeah.
Well, apparently. He's also
His own death to still be public.
There was a producer, Major Bill Smith. He claimed to be like in touch with Elvis after he died. I think they released a record after he passed. There was a guy named Bob Joyce. He's 89 and he's in Arkansas. And he does sing. He does sound kind of like Elvis. I guess you could say he looks like him. But he went to Lisa Marie's funeral. He's been to Graceland, and he just kind of, I guess he plays it up, and he would never say that he wasn't Elvis or he was, but he would just kind of play it up. And finally, he did say he was not Elvis. So, and then this one lady, Gail Brewer Giorgio, she wrote a novel called Orion, and it was based on his life. But at the end, it claimed that he what is the word? I've lost my train of thought. Oh, faked his death. Sorry. I don't know why I lost that. So at the end, yeah, long day. Okay.
Yes.
So this
Words
lady
are
wrote
hard.
this novel. Yeah, they are hard. She wrote this novel based on his life, but at the end, she claimed he faked his death. And later on, there's this singer that appeared named Orion. He wore a mask and he sounded eerily like Elvis Presley. And then, she claimed she didn't know him. He didn't know her. Come to find out, she did approach him after his name was James Hodges Ellis. So he was from Mississippi. He was doing a show. She approached him after a show and wanted him to be, like Elvis played up. So I think she did this to sell her book, try to get a little famous, but it didn't work out for her. So that guy ended up owning a pawn shop later in life, and he got killed in a robbery there.
Or they found out he was really Elvis,
and maybe they're hiding him.
They killed
too.
him, or they killed him because
it was Elvis.
Yeah.
And there's also, the theory that he died on the toilet
Did he not?
Yeah,
How do you
that's
choke
what
on a
I heard.
sandwich?
He did die in the bathroom. Yeah, us eating a sandwich.
A
Not
turkey
that's
one.
just a thing. He
It
did
was like
die in the
something like
bathroom.
The turkey
What's up with
hot
all these
dog
celebrities
sandwich?
dying by sandwiches? Just like
Yeah,
Mama
it was.
Cass.
Yeah, that's who I was getting ready to say.
Mhm.
But no, he did die in the bathroom, and there was a lot of controversy around his autopsy. The medical examiner falsely claimed that he died of a heart attack before the autopsy was even completed. He had all these issues, enlarged heart. Um, they think he may have gone into anaphylactic shock because of a codeine allergy because he's on all these pills. He was taking codeine that he got from a dentist. Um, his personal physician lost his license, and
Sketchy.
they think they gave him more than 10,000 doses of amphetamines and other drugs. So they did finally in 1994 say that his cause of death was a heart attack, and it was he also had diabetes, glaucoma, methadone treatments, did some detox for that. So
Really?
lots of crazy stuff.
I didn't know all that.
I
Kind of
know.
remind me of Michael Jackson and how he died and how they said
Right.
his
Mm-hmm.
physician killed him basically.
But did he really die?
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Maybe
these celebrities.
he's with Elvis.
They say that
Maybe,
there's
yeah.
a celebrity agency that if you want to get out of the public eye, whether you're royal or whatever kind of famous
Mhm.
person, if it's too much for you, you hire this agency and they fake your own death and they ship you off to some island where all the retired famous people live.
Right.
Oh, really?
Prince.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Marilyn
Shit.
Monroe, JFK,
Yeah.
Elvis, Michael Jackson, that one hot guy from the Fast and the Furious. I can't think of his name.
No, I
Oh.
really think they killed him though
Anne
because he
Heche.
knew too much. Yeah.
And that, yes.
We all saw her
Yeah.
pop up. We all
Yes.
saw that. What
Yeah.
happened?
She came right off that gurney.
Oh, my God.
She did, and she looked fine. There was no burns on her. She was like, "Help me!" She's on the island now too.
R.I.P. And
It's all suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
oh goodness.
Wait, is Elvis the one that says I'm a honka tonk burn in love? Was
Yes.
that him?
yes.
It was him.
yes.
Okay. I don't know,
Got
because
the
when she
lip
was talking
thing.
about him, it kept saying that in my head. I'm
Shaking
like, is
his
that even
hips.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's nothing but a hound dog.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Those sexual thrusts he did.
It was.
Right.
Now I need to go back and watch it as an adult because I need to see what he was working with. 'Cause I'm sure you could probably see, right? As that was the
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think
Was he
you can.
packing or not? I
Let's
need
just
to know.
look that up.
Google was
Google-
I feel
That's
like
funny.
he was too handsome, like pretty handsome, to be really packing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get one or the other.
I'm
I
looking
don't
it
know.
up.
It's rare that they're
Well,
both,
there-
you know.
There's the little.
He was gorgeous.
Little-
My
He was
grandmother was
beautiful.
in love with him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was my first crush as a kid.
My sister was obsessed.
Well, you can't really tell that this is the older years. The white
He might,
jumpsuit Vegas
well,
years.
he might be a grower, not a shower. You never know.
Let's hope.
Let's just.
I googled it. It's like, no,
Priscilla's
Elvis
case.
Presley was not packing when he died. Not gun, dummy.
Not, oh, duh.
Freaking AI. It's not what I want to know.
I just googled crotch.
We need the gray sweatpants. to
Ooh,
tell.
apparently you can see his boner in one scene from Girls, Girls, Girls. Let's see.
Oh.
Of course.
You know
it
who
was
looks
the
like him
theme.
that's like came out probably, I don't know how long it's been, 20 years ago, is the Adam Levine. My grandmother used to be like, he reminds me of
No.
Elvis.
No.
Yeah, she used to say
Especially not
that.
that ugly guy,
Really?
Austin Butler, that did him in that. Who's
The
horrible.
movie.
Wait, am I saying his
Oh,
name right?
no.
N-
Adam
Is-
Levine was the one.
From
Didn't
Maroon
he?
5. or-
Yeah, Maroon 5.
You're
No,
you're
no, no,
probably
no, no,
thinking
no,
of
no.
the
Adam.
You're probably thinking Austin Butler then.
No, his
No,
name's Adam.
I think you're thinking of Adam from you know, God, what's his name? The talent show, America's Got Talent. Is that who you're thinking of?
No, his name starts with Adam Lambert.
Oh,
Oh,
Adam
no.
Lambert. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
America's Got Talent. He's
Mhm.
he's a lead singer for Queen now.
Yeah, they before he got all this work done. Oh boy, what did
Yeah,
you do to yourself?
before.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
My grandmother, when he first came out, she's like, he reminds me of Elvis.
Yeah.
Because he was like pretty and had that like, that flair to him.
Yeah, Elvis
Hmm.
had that charisma, that
Yeah.
sexual appeal.
Yeah.
And just think, he was one of two. He
Yeah,
had a
I
twin.
know.
Oh right, he did.
And he
Yeah,
killed his
Have you
twin,
seen-
right?
What?
Have you seen?
Maybe he was
He-
Another
he
theory. It's like there could
did
only
die
be
at
one
birth.
hot one.
Right.
Right.
I didn't even know he had a twin.
Yeah, there was even
Yeah.
a movie about it. Like he did.
He was
played
one
the
of
twins.
two. Look, oh,
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah.
He just had
He
that
is.
snarl with the lip and shit.
In the
Yeah.
eyes, he had the heavy
Yeah.
eyebrows with
And the hair. Those are good
sparkly
times for men.
Yeah. Oh man.
How's
Well,
that
That's
little
how
crooked
hot
smile?
he is. We're still sweating over him. How
I
many
know.
years later?
oh, he's iconic. Like he has that look
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why no
Like
one wants
Marilyn.
him to be dead. Yeah.
Yep, just like Marilyn. They're like those
Yeah.
iconics that'll never die. They live on.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, Helen, because you taught me a lot because I didn't know much about him, just that my grandmother freaking loved him. That's basically it. And that he was hot. That was it. That's all I knew.
That's all we needed to know anyway.
That's all I needed to know. But
Yeah.
no, that was interesting. I didn't know about the mob stuff. I didn't know about any of that stuff. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
Let's turn to the Pharaoh Oracle and see who it's ready to expose today.
And right on with Betty's, and I guess mine too. We're going to use the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Violodo and Colette Baron Reed.
Thanks for that little
Señorita
flavor there.
Colette. I know.
Right.
That flew out of her hand.
You guys can see we got number 23, Fortune's Wheel.
Ooh.
I'll send a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
Luck and right timing, a turn of fortune. The fortune's wheel is a sign that luck has found the right timing in your life. You have the magic touch and everything turns to gold. There is nothing you can do wrong. You only need to hold on to what you desire as your intention and it becomes true. Do not waste this power on trifling things. Dream big, for surely this opportune moment will pass. Such is the nature of fortune's wheel. Use the creative power of the fortune's wheel for the benefit of others, and the gifts will be returned to you tenfold. Use it only for your own gain, and you will be left impoverished and with a bitter taste of squandered opportunity. Fortune's wheel comes unannounced. Notice the early signs, the coincidental encounters, and the seemingly magical and synchronistic events that herald its arrival. That call, that email, that invitation, that chance encounter was no accident. They were all choreographed by fortune. Do not wait any longer. Carpe diem. Recall your boldest and noblest longing and invite it into your life. This invitation is all that is required. Elvis is still alive. Florida is bad for you, and we are harvesting your dreams. Whoa!
What? Who said that?
On point.
Amazing.
Amazing. The
lot of
cards never
info.
lie.
I love that. That was great.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nothing
so
is
that
by chance.
yeah, I don't know. What did that tell us? Anything besides that end part?
I feel
No,
like
that
it
was
confirmed to follow our intuition and that nothing is just happenstance and that, our dreams are getting harvested. They're training us to be secret operatives. And if we ever feel like it's too much, we can just get on the same program as Elvis and dip.
Yep.
Right.
Carpe diem.
Exactly.
Carpe the fuck out of here.
Send me to the island.
The island.
Yeah.
We could be the island girls.
Mhm. And apparently that's where all the other celebrity clones are, the real ones, not the ones that we have now in Hollywood, the ones that look so different. They're also
Yeah.
at the island, but they don't want to die because they wanted the money. So
Of course.
they have
Not
to
that
live on
one
an
island.
island.
Not the
Mhm.
one island, but a different island.
Yeah, not that island.
Yeah.
Not that island.
We're on a cooler island without all the yeah. We don't want them. You can't sit with us.
Right.
That was
All right.
good.
Well, before the government shuts us down, let's share some final thoughts. What do you guys think about all of this? I think we've gone over most of it. But I'll say that I guess I'm kind of, you guys know me, I'm a skeptic, but I think there's always a little
Not
bit
Narcy.
of, not me, no.
Not Narcy. Skeptic? What?
There's always a little bit of truth in everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I believe
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Lock up your
Elvis.
dreams.
Right. So do we need tinfoil like window coverings, or what do we do?
I feel like we need probably like 6 more episodes, and by the time we get all these conspiracies out, I think Narcy will have finally come to the dark side, because she's been like,
Come to
I
the
don't
dark
know."
side.
It's real down with the Elvis one. She was like, "Oh, really? I believe that."
That's just my wishful thinking, hoping he's still alive.
He is, but he's old now.
I was
Oh,
gonna say he
know,
don't look
he'd
the
be
same.
like
Yeah.
89, right?
I don't think that old, because Priscilla's what?
No,
70?
89. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
he
he
would
was
have
born
been.
in
He was,
35.
yeah, he was way older
wow.
than
He's
Priscilla.
older than
Yeah.
my dad.
He's older than
Wow.
my grandmother.
Mhm.
Wow.
My mom too.
So he would be, yeah, because my dad is 80. He's gonna be 81.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess, yeah. Wow, that's
Mhm.
crazy.
My grandmother just turned 81, so like 44. Your dad was born.
Yeah, 44.
44.
44.
West Coast, East Coast, 44. Yeah.
Back in the 1900s, in the early
The
1900s. Yeah.
Right. That's so funny to say. I was born in the 1900s. I heard a girl at work say
Yeah.
something about being born in the 2000s, and I was just like,
They
why
make
does
me
that sound
sick.
so weird?
Yeah, when I was
know.
reading for the GATE program, there was like, I was born in the early 2000s, and we still had one in our school. I'm like, what do you mean still? Like, how old are you, little kid?
Well, the crazy thing is when you see adults who say they were born in like 2005,
Right.
2000, you're like,
They're
what?
20. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, no,
It
you're
seems
still
impossible because I'm still
baby.
20. I don't know how that works.
Exactly.
Never
Hi, my
ages.
quinceañera, how are you?
Yeah.
Madge don't age because of those secret drops they put in her mouth. So she just don't-
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
stuff
And
she had
because
to
I'm
sniff.
fluoride free. Wait,
Me too, but
maybe
it's
the
not healthy.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is due to all the fluoride you had, girl. It causes bone issues.
I didn't have fluoride because I grew up in Mexico,
No,
and
Mexico did too. I was looking it up. Mexico has parts of
not
it.
where I'm from. Our water's from a fucking well.
They
I
did a
had to
study
get
in Mexico
water-
where it was like half of them took fluoride and half of them didn't. Some kids
Not
were
in
real
the
slow, the short bus.
Not in the town I came from.
And they were
I
bending
come from
backwards and stuff. I'm like,
El Rancho.
She's like, no,
they were
not where I
walking on
came
their
from.
elbows and knees backwards.
Stop.
Hey, Helen, you remember that TikTok I sent you of the girl getting massage in her neck, but her legs were the
Yes,
other way?
that was like,
That's
what?
a girl with Ehlers-Danlos. It's Narcy.
Probably.
It was AI. Because like her head was facing him, but then her legs were facing her kid, and he was giving her a
Oh,
foot massage. I'm like,
no.
what is
Yeah,
this?
No.
it was messed your eyes up. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I don't like that stuff. That weird
Yeah.
AI
Yeah,
craziness.
it's creepy.
that they're
It's too
doing.
weird.
Freaking me out.
Well, we want to hear yours. What's the weirdest, most convincing conspiracy you've ever heard? Bonus points if you've heard it from a cousin, a cult, or a cat with a blog.
Whether it's chemtrails, clones, or cover-ups, conspiracies reflect what we fear, we distrust, and what we secretly wish were true. Stay curious, stay skeptical, but don't forget to touch grass.
And stay feral.
And protect your dreams.
And use fluoride-free stuff. Thank you. Bye.
Elvis is alive.
Elvis, where are you?
Uncle Talk of Burning Love.
That was a fun little episode, although we might need an exorcism after that one. Thanks for tuning in to another chaotic dose of madness. New episodes drop every Wednesday. When Mercury's doing its thing, the moon's in our corner, and the stars finally align, you know it's time to hit play. Make sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the Feral Sphere.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.